think it's probably about time we had another N60Mania match. It's only been about a million months. N60 Sean, we are back on the N60Mania hype, and in the last match we saw Mr. Beast secure the Money in the Bank briefcase, which guarantees him a championship match whenever he fancies. It could be at N60Mania, it could be whenever he fancies, but then all of a sudden we saw bad news here. Ninja and Jake Paul emerging from the backstage area. What is going to happen here? Is Mr. Beast's good night going to be coming to an abrupt end here? I mean, we do have a World Championship match next. Jake Paul will be taking on Big Chungus for the N60 World Championship. But hang on, Ninja's just flown in and knocked Mr. Beast off the ladder. What is the meaning of this? I mean, that wasn't smart by Ninja. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. He's just smashed his knee into the ladder. Ninja's got an N60 championship match in the main event, and he's flying in. He could potentially have injured his knee, but the real story here is that Mr. Beast is taking a beating, and now Mr. Beast trying to fight back. Elbows to Jake Paul, right hands, and now Ninja from behind. And you got to think that the thinking behind this attack must be that neither Ninja or Jake Paul want any possibility of Mr. Beast interfering or trying to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase at N60Mania. And the way that this attack is going, they might not be trying to get him to cash in ever at any point in his career, because Mr. Beast is getting absolutely put to bed here. Well, here comes PewDiePie. PewDiePie's seen enough. Oh wait, hang on, he's just run into Syndicate. He looks stunned to see Syndicate. He's pointing at him, he's pointing back. I think there's going to be a fist fight on the cards here. PewDiePie looks ready for, oh, he's just dropped the nut right on Syndicate, and just with a backhand slap, and now Syndicate coming back with right hands. I think that slap might have annoyed him. And now with low kicks, and Syndicate, oh god, that's a tasty little high kick. Oh, and speaking of high kicks, the golden scar to Mr. Beast, and what was meant to be the best night of Mr. Beast's career, because we all know that winning the Money in the Bank briefcase on the N60 Sean channel is the highlight of anybody's YouTubing career. What is being spoiled here? The party is being ruined by Jake Paul and Ninja, and this isn't the first party they've spoiled in this season that's lasted about 425 years, and that is what we do not like to see. Mr. Beast busted open, and oh, bobbins, PewDiePie. Steel chair to the head, bye-bye brain cells as steel meets skull. And now, oh no, they're just, PewDiePie's just getting absolutely taken out. Where's the help for Mr. Beast out here? And another steel chair shot. Maybe there's other champions in the back who are probably not happy that no one wants to see Mr. Beast take a beating, but they're probably a little relieved that the Money in the Bank briefcase holder isn't going to be lurking around, ready to spoil anybody's party. And now Mr. Beast being slung into the ring like sad, lukewarm, cooling garbage. And this is bad news. Look at that blood-stained chair, sadness in the ring. And we're meant to have an N60 World Championship match here, and this is not how this night was meant to go. This is not how N60Mania was meant to go. Wait a second. Is help on the way here? And the crowd are going mad. Jake Paul knows exactly who's coming down, because on this channel, it is 2018 forever. You might have thought he was dead. A lot of people thought I was dead. But this guy is returning. It's Big Chungus. Big Chungus never dies on this channel. 2018 memes live forever. And now Jake Paul going to, oh God, and now Jake Paul went to go and meet his challenger and just gets nothing but championship. And another belt shot to the back of the head of Jake Paul as Big Chungus looks to be getting an early advantage of this championship match. Right hands to Jake Paul. Jake Paul in a lot of trouble here as Jake Paul gets hammer blowed down, and Chungus is chunkusing up at this early start. Wow, look at Ninja, sneaky little Ninja now, trying to get the job done, trying to finish off Mr. Beast. And oh, wait a second, here comes Uganda Knuckles. Fumes of 2017 filling the arena here, as Uganda Knuckles, the teammate of Big Chungus, makes an appearance and takes out Ninja. Chungus bomb to Jake Paul on the ramp here. What other memes of the past are going to show up? And now Chungus has got a steel chair. And Jake Paul managing to dodge it, luckily for him. And now Uganda Knuckles, I think, trying to revive Mr. Beast, get him to his feet, get him off to safety. Show him the way, Uganda Knuckles, show him the way to safety. As Jake Paul is trying to beg off here, managed to roll out the way. Oh, a steel chair shot. I think Jake Paul might be busted open here. I think Jake Paul might be busted wide open at the hands of Big Chungus, and this has not gone well for Jake Paul. His World Championship campaign has not gotten to the great starts here at N60Mania, because Chungus has just split his head open like a watermelon with a steel chair swinging for the fences. Mr. Beast now taking Ugandan Knuckles taking Mr. Beast to safety here. Ninja's also slithered away, and now it looks like we might actually get an N60 Championship match. I mean, Big Chungus playing to the crowd here. I'm not sure how wise that is now Jake Paul using that moment to just take out the legs of Jake Paul, take the legs of Big Chungus, and now Jake Paul working away on Big Chungus. If I was Jake Paul, I'd be wanting to get this match over quickly. Usually a longer match would favour Jake Paul, just with, you know, he's going to have the cardio advantage over the chunky Chungus. But after that pre-match assault with Jake Paul bleeding like he is, I think he's going to want to get this over quickly. But he's still he's jaw-jacking with the fans. I mean, it's classic Jake Paul, taunting Chungus, trying to get him to his feet. And now slides in with a kneeling uppercut, slides in again, and another one on the chin. Roll up here. Oh, that's one. Oh, referee Shed Wu a little bit slow to get to the count there. I mean, I think if I was Jake Paul, I'd have given him a little slap for that, but Jake Paul concentrating on the task at hand here. Smart, shoots Big Chungus off the ropes and hits him with a ginormous clothesline. Hooks the leg here, Shen Wu, one. No, Chungus still got too much left in the tank. Jake Paul looking a little bit stressed out here, checking that wound. It's still bad, mate, it's still bleeding, you're in a lot of trouble. I mean, it's completely a little bit deserved. Again, just like that boxing acumen here. Stinging left jabs, big right hand, haymakers, and Chungus is in trouble here. Chungus needs to fight back and does so. Big swinging right hand, front face lock to Jake Paul, and now Chungus using that strength to double leg Jake Paul and slam him down to the mat. Is this the point in the match that Chungus can start coming back into it, dropping those big chunky elbows onto Jake Paul, and now starting to Chungus up, 400 pounds of pure meat, dropping down onto the sternum of Jake Paul. Hooks the leg, 1, 2. Oh, Jake Paul. I thought Jake Paul could have been in a lot of trouble here, and we could have seen Chungus retain the championship. Big clothesline sending Jake Paul out of the ring here, and I think Chungus needs to stay on him. Yeah, I mean, he has taken, he's just going to destroy stuff. Sure. Chungus now smashing up the ringside area for reasons we can only imagine. What is going through this mind of the 6'11", 425-pound rabbit? He's looking for something. He's got a big, thick black bat. What's going to happen with that? He's just put it on the floor. Sure. What else is he looking for? Just giving Jake Paul more time to get to his feet. He's got a table in his hand and loads of other toys. Bonks Jake Paul on the head. I thought Chungus might have been taking a little bit too much time here, but you know Chungus, he's playing chess while the rest of us are playing checkers. Gets that table set up. What's Chungus doing now? Oh, he's got the big stick. Where's that big stick going? But Jake Paul, probably with the same fears as us, managing to slide in with an uppercut and disarms Chungus. Rolls Chungus back into the ring. Oh, and an elbow right to that, right there. That really hurt. What's wrong with you, Jake Paul, man? I mean, Jake Paul needs his brain seen to here, because he's just mucking about on the apron. Almost went through that table there. If I was Jake Paul, I'd be wanting to stay away from that table. And now what's Chungus thinking here? Chungus got his eyes on Jake Paul, got his eyes on the table, but Jake Paul just manages to drag that ankle from beneath Chungus in that way. That'll hurt, being as big as Chungus is. And now, hang on, it looks like Chungus. But now Chungus' weight plays to his advantage as he manages to back body drop Jake Paul through the table, and now again using the big stick to work away on the ribs. I think Jake Paul has got to have internal injuries here. He's gone through the table, he's taken a big stick, and now Chungus chunksing up as Jake Paul gets back on the apron. Oh, and I think that rib injury might have come into play there, or just maybe it was done. Maybe he was just, Chungus was just a little bit too far away. Desperation move, and again another belly-to-belly suplex on the injured ribs. Jake Paul in a lot of trouble here, and I'll tell you about those injured ribs. Jake Paul's going to be crushed into crumbs here as Big Chungus goes at the top rope, tries to drop the elbow, and that would have been it for, I think Jake Paul might have just been dead. Oh, Team 10 kick out of nowhere, but it doesn't even knock Chungus off his feet. Chungus in trouble. Chungus spaghetti leg doing the silly dance as Jake Paul now flies in with more right hands, big rights, and again waiting for the famed Team 10 kick with just another swing, and now uses the double leg to just take down and ground and pound Chungus. That Jake Paul is just desperation here. I mean, come on, is this fine? Just beating on a massive rabbit like this. Is this too far? Man, I'll tell you what, Jake Paul, where is your heart? Where is your soul to just lay a beating on a big cartoon rabbit as you are? And went for the steel chair shot, but Chungus with a back fist. What is happening here? And again, that big right hand into the injured ribs of Jake Paul. Jake Paul went down like a sack of hot garbage. And now... Uh-oh, what is this? What is this? What is Chungus doing it? Oh no. Mate, Jake Paul, this isn't very social distancing. Oh no, Chungus' butthole on that open wound. I mean, that's one way that's going to get coronavirus, is now Jake Paul is in a lot of trouble. He gets some sort of nasty infection one way or another with that. As now Jake Paul is slowly looking up at probably his doom here. Imagine looking up at Big Chungus flying down on you, but Chungus just gets nothing but knees. That could have been it for Jake Paul. Gets the steel chair, bash, see you later Chungus. That will see you later brain cells. That will stop offense. That will stop your momentum. As now Jake Paul is taking things back to basics and just wearing out Chungus with a solid steel chair. Back of the head, back of the spine, into the ribs, and I think that might be it for Chungus. Shoots the half, hooks the leg, sadness, and we've got a new... Oh, Chungus just managing to kick out. Come on, Chungus, son. Come on, let's be seeing you here. And now Chungus with a drop toe hold. Big Chungus thigh into the back of Jake Paul's head, choking the life out of him. Jake Paul gasping for air and gets nothing but the foot of Chungus under the jaw. What's Chungus thinking of here? He's getting overexcited. I think he's probably out of gas. He's probably sucking wind. He drags Jake Paul into the middle of the ring, and now Jake Paul could be looking at the end of his career as Chungus goes up and takes flight here. Big splash, big frog splash to Jake Paul. Gotta have a new world champion, but what's Chungus doing here? Chungus, we know that this never goes well. Chungus going for a well for the second time. Want to put Jake Paul away for good. Is this a bright idea, Chungus? Oh, how much more time does he want to take? Chungus! Oh, and he hits it! Chungus defying all the critics, hooks the leg, 1, 2, and Allier slapping Shenwu like he owes him money. This is disgraceful. This is what we hate to see. Oh, and a super kick to Shenwu. And now Chungus flying out of nowhere and kneeing the former world champion in the back of the spine. Allier, who was unsuccessful in the Money in the Bank ladder match, who attacked exploding TNT to get back into the ring, to get back into the match. And now Chungusing up. Get your eyes behind you, Chungus. Stop looking at Allier. And that will slow down a big chunky rabbit. The low blow. And the Team 10 kick. Not this way, Jake Paul. Somebody do something. Uganda Knuckles, anyone? 2, 3, and we've got a new world champion. And that is not how we like to see titles change hands in the N60 universe, as Jake Paul has won the world championship. It's bad news. And you got to think, Allier, Ninja, Jake Paul, after everything they've done, Syndicate as well, he had a little pop at PewDiePie earlier, we haven't forgot about you, son. Surely these guys have got to get what's coming to them at some point. But oh wait, hang on a second. Speaking of which, we've got company out here. We've heard rumours flying around backstage. Braun Sprout making his way down to the ring. Braun Sprout, who is rumoured to be holding a Heroes Championship Open Challenge at N60Mania. Who's going to pop out here? Heroes past and present. Well, future heroes as well. Or is Braun Sprout just going to pound the snot out of Jake Paul? Braun Sprout's walking with purpose here. If I was Jake Paul, I'd get out of there, mate. Get yourself out of there. I wouldn't want to be messing with Braun Sprout. And Braun Sprout just seeing off Jake Paul before Jake Paul can get these leaves. But guys, thank you for returning for another helping of N60 Sean nonsense. We will be back soon, not like a million months. We will be back sooner rather than later with another video. Do subscribe and notifications switched on, not just because, oh, we'll subscribe, boost my numbers, but that's probably literally the best way to find out that there's going to be a video without having to check back all the time. Because I just genuinely don't know when the next video will be. Hopefully it's not going to be too far away. The reason why videos have just been slow, just other mad projects, setting up a real wrestling promotion, writing a book, or written a book, and also like radio and other stuff that's going on. YouTube's just kind of had to find a way to fit in. But yeah, there will be more N60 Sean nonsense very, very soon, guys. Thank you so much for sticking with the channel. And I will be hanging around in the comments. I hope you're all living very joyous lives. And also, thank you to Dr. Pringles and J12 Gamer, who have been making nostalgic N60 Sean videos. I'm going to put the videos in the description. Massively appreciate you guys for keeping the N60 Sean universe alive. So yeah, thank you so much for that. Love that you've been making those videos, and if you want to go and watch them, go and give those guys some love. I'm going to put them in the description. Bye 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 bye.